Good morning, everybody. I hope you are well. This is the final parent and community keep in touch briefing of the autumn term. It is Thursday, 17th of December, and it is around 11:45. So school finishing later on this afternoon. Okay, I just want to put the information into three key parts, really. A catch up and a review of the autumn term, I think, is important at this point. I want to look at some changes and arrangements around safety in COVID-19 setup, and then I want to look ahead to January and the spring term. So a couple of things to catch, I think, for our school community that are important, that I hope you felt the benefit of. The first thing I would say is I've been incredibly impressed by the approach and attitude of the children since their return in September. Looking at the ends of the school, our year sevens have come in, having had a big gap at the end of their year six and very little in terms of traditional transition, and they've made a fantastic start. They have incredibly high attendance. They're set up in a bubble, which is very sort of similar to what a year seven foundation program would look like anyway. So it's a good pilot for us. But their approach, their attitude, every aspect of their school performance indicators are incredibly positive. So really happy with how year seven have set in. Year 11 at the other end, who we brought back at the end of the summer and did some catch-up work with. They've taken exceptionally well to their extended school day. They're in from 8:15 till 3:20, remember, and I think they've got some of the highest indicators we've ever seen in any year 11, certainly in the time I've been here, in terms of their attendance and their attitude to learning, and it's starting to manifest itself in their outcomes as well. In English and science particularly, we can see some really rapid catch up and improvement and performance above their expected standards. So really good evidence from the student population of effort and commitment and dedication of the children. And across the whole school population, really, attendance is high. We are significantly above secondary school attendance for schools nationally in this period. It is, disruption is manifesting itself everywhere. But when there is disruption through COVID, that is taking off attendance figures. So when we are 6-7 percentage points above national, that is a real comparison against schools across England, and it sets us up very well, really. We've had minimal disruption to COVID until the last 2 weeks. So that the second week of December is when it's really manifested itself here, and to get that far through such a challenging period, I think, is a credit to the staff and the students working together, and the quality of the control measures for safety that we've had in school. The students have really stood up and met the challenge. It's been really impressive to see. Aligned with that, we've seen, and I hope you felt the benefit of some of the development we've done in virtual learning, and the three things I'd pick out there. This week we've had our second virtual parents evening, which again controls that time. It means no longer sitting outside and waiting in queues outside rooms at 8 o'clock on a Thursday evening. So we will be taking that model forward. And we've learned a lot from it. We've had the virtual performing arts Christmas show, so a different way of showcasing our work. And again, a huge thanks to the performing arts team and the children involved in that for putting that together in this period. And then we've got our remote learning, which all of our year 10 students in self-isolation have had a full 5 lesson a day access to, and students self-isolating across different year groups for different reasons have had a combination of live learning events, of taught learning, and of the Show My Homework, the Satchel One platform for where the work is. So in spite of the challenges, I think we've by working with the children, we have moved the school forward significantly. So in a climate of real challenge, I think it's a very positive reflection on everybody's work for the autumn term. Things are moving quite quickly with regards to changes and adaptations to manage COVID. So I just want to pick up again on three key things, really. All staff have sent me their seating plans for lessons, and I'll have remote access at home so that should I have to contact any families over the next few days if we had any real late positive cases in children or staff, yesterday, today, tomorrow. If I'm informed, I will be able to inform people. So run some form of test and trace. If this does happen to you or your family, you can use the key stage email addresses to inform us about what's happening, and we can possibly help, or certainly help other people. What we've received over the last 24 hours is information around lateral flow testing. So this is a continuation of the work that rolled out in Liverpool at the end of November, start of December. There's been a pilot within Cheshire East. Cheshire East are very engaged in the organisation of it, but again, this is coming from central government. I will know more after tomorrow. We're on a remote training day tomorrow for how I'm going to implement lateral flow testing in January, and I will keep parents and community involved in what that means, what the protocols are, what the expectation is, and what it will mean for the day-to-day experience at Sir William Stanley School. So that is certainly something that we're going to find out about, I guess, in the media, as well as through formal channels through school over the next few days. We have had some positive COVID cases, as I've alluded to. Year 10 self-isolating. We had a year 11 small group out, and a form from the year 9 bubble out this week. And across the full tiers of staff in the last 7 days, we've had 2 positives, one in the teaching staff and one in our finance team. So we have seen, and I think combined with local head teachers who I've spoken to, we have seen a clear rise in cases in Crewe in the last couple of weeks. So we've very much got one eye on that. We've instigated a cleaning programme that begins this afternoon, that will roll through this evening and into tomorrow, to make sure that all our spaces are thoroughly cleaned, and obviously we're amending risk assessments as we look towards January. So with that in mind, I will post today on social media and the website. I think we've already posted it on the website, the arrangements for return in January. So given year 10 being out for a prolonged period of time, the training implications of lateral flow testing, wanting to ensure that the cleaning programme is exactly how I want it to roll out in a closed down period, I'm suggesting that on Monday, the 4th of January, year 10 and year 11 return to school as normal, and that on Tuesday, everybody returns to school. So full return to school for all year groups on Tuesday the 5th, just year 10 and year 11 on site on Monday the 4th. Now for children in year 7, 8 and 9, they will have delivered to them remotely 5 lessons from their teachers who will teach here remotely, so you'll receive your full timetable. And there will be more information for access arrangements to get onto the platforms if you've not already had them. Will come from school over the next day or so, and certainly before January. That really is a safety reset, I hope you understand that the reasons for doing that. There is also, rolling into January, huge unknowns around what will happen with transmission rates in this region, whether we still will be in tier 2, and also some other messaging coming from government about possibly delays, etc. I don't know any more about that. You may have picked it up in the media, certainly on social media, but we'll wait and see. What I can assure you of is safety first, and any teaching scenario we are given, we now have a very thorough plan for, so that any disruption to children's education is minimised. I think that really is it for the briefing today. As I said earlier in the briefing, I've been incredibly impressed by the children here and their work with the staff. They've shown real character, resilience and optimism in how they've approached this. It has been great to come into school every day. It's been a place where, as we set out at the start in September, we wanted to normalise as much as possible what we were doing, and that's how it feels on the ground. We've adapted and normalised the setups, the bubbles, all that sense of school is what it is now, and it seems to be working. From what Student Voice says anyway, it seems to be working very well. I hope it's working for you. I hope it's working for your child. Get in touch with us through any of the layers of communication if you need any help, assistance, etc. Thank you to everybody who got in touch with updated contact details as well. We have sent out over the last few days 235 free school meal vouchers to families, and we think have almost 100% accurate email addresses, so that communication between home and school will, outside of this period, will be even better. So a lot of positive happening in a very challenging time. If you haven't had a look at the website yet, please go to our website, have a look at our film. It presents our children, our building, our organisation, I think, very well, and we're very proud of that, as we are proud of all our children. So I hope you are well. I hope you stay well. We enjoy a safe Christmas, and like me, looking ahead to 2021, when I feel very confident we will move away from this period, and it will be something that once happened a long time ago, I hope. Have a great break. Stay safe.